Hey boys and girls, hello, welcome. This is the DayZ starter guide. This is going to help you along if you're just starting the game. This is coming out on the PS4 on a hard copy, so you'll be able to pick it up in the shops very soon. So I thought I'd put together a little guide at the beginning of the game to try and help you right where you spawn into the map. Okay, first things first, you're going to be looking at getting ideally a melee weapon. As you see, you don't start off with a lot. I've got a yellow thirst meter bottom right, so I'm going to quickly take my drink. If you do spawn near any overturned boats on the coastline, I always recommend checking these out. There you are, there's a drink there straight away, can of lemonade. Very useful. You can sometimes find flashlights, you'll need to find batteries as well. Another can of drink. And there's also a backpack which is damaged, but we can still use it. Another can of drink. Very good, because at the start of the game you may be struggling for food and drink. Open any sheds or anything nearby, because your first protocol now is to get a melee weapon. If you run into any human players or zombies, you're going to be wanting to get hold of a melee weapon ASAP. If you see duct tape, pick it up. Very useful for repairing. Actually managed to get a gun, but you'll need to get bullets and also a clip to put in the gun, so you won't be able to fire your gun yet. If you find bullets, you can load one bullet in and one at a time, so you're going to want to find an ammo clip for your handgun. So we haven't got a melee weapon yet. Keep an eye on your surroundings, because quite often, especially when you spawn on the coast, you'll have a lot of players who are just starting the game, could well have spawned at the same sort of spot. Put the duct tape in your hand, go over to anything. If it says combine, because it's damaged, the backpack, press R2, and you've got to combine it first by pressing circle. This is on the PS4. This guide is for the PS4, but also for the Xbox and PC. We're having a hard copy of DayZ. It was supposed to come out this month. I think it's been delayed till next month. So we put the duct tape in your hand, go up to your damaged equipment, press combine, then press right trigger, and the backpack, as you can see, where it was a bit tatty, it is now looking a little bit better. It'll be in the worn state. The things that are worn are not too bad. You can take a little bit of damage. So yeah, I'm looking for a melee weapon, because all the doors are open here. There's a kitchen knife, that'll do. So we'll put that in our hand. We can now defend ourselves. You can also short key any items you pick up to your shortcut, where you just press shortcut button. I think it's R1 on the PlayStation, and you'll be able to quickly select between different weapons and different items. So we have a kitchen knife now. We can defend ourselves against melee weapon players and also zombies, but bear in mind, if you come up against someone with a gun, you're going to be in a spot of bother. Again, you'll see me look around, check my whole surroundings in case I am being followed or being chased, or in the scopes of someone with someone's gun. So have a little look around now and again. If the door's closed, most of the time these places haven't been looted. Checking what we've got. We've got a pair of jeans on at the moment. There's something in the corner there. Canned spaghetti. Pick up food and drink, so you're not struggling early game. These doors are open now, so someone's possibly been in here. Bear in mind, your footsteps when you run and walk are quite loud. You need to crouch if you want to be quiet. Bottom left, you can see a sound meter to say how loud you are. So we're going to run along the coast. There's quite a lot of houses here. There's more boats up ahead. Again, have a little look behind you now and again. Just check. You'd be surprised how many players will be potentially stalking you. There you are. I'm a lot quieter now when you crouch. Again, there's more overturned boats. Always check them, guys, especially at the start of the game. There's some good beginner stuff there. Another hat there, darker hat than what I've got, so we'll use that. We'll put it on. And we've dropped the kitchen knife by mistake, so we'll pick that back up. Is there anything else? No. No torches? No. These sheds are good for melee weapons. You quite often find axes, crowbars and stuff inside the little sheds. So bear that in mind. Looks like somebody's actually been through here potentially. There's something there. More strawberry jam. Chuck that in your backpack. If you can find a backpack early on, it's great. You'll be able to carry a lot more. You may struggle at the start to locate a backpack. They spawn randomly. I have had games where I run around for quite a few minutes without being able to find a backpack. So we're going to equip our knife in case we run into any trouble. If you think you're in a built-up area, it might be best to crouch, especially as you're approaching. We have a new backpack there, which is damaged. I think we'll keep what we got. This is a dry-proof backpack on our back. It's a dry bag. So that'll keep it, if it does rain, it'll keep our stuff nice and dry. Sport shirt. We'll have a little look at that. Don't forget, you need to be creating rags, which I'm going to do now. We're going to craft rags. Just hold it right to trigger. Rags are useful because when you do get attacked and you start bleeding, you will bleed out and you will die. You need rags to wrap around the wounds. Any cuts and blood loss, you'll need to have plenty of rags. You want to have a couple of stacks of them. So you put that on, but it doesn't give us, it's only giving us 12 on the inventory on the right. It's not actually gonna, we can't put anything, put our hoodie on over the top of it. So we're gonna put that shirt down and we're gonna create some rags. Again, combine the sports top with the knife, which will allow you to cut it up and create rags. There you are. Don't forget, you've got to pick them up. They're on the floor. Pick them up. So they're in your backpack now. So if you do get into a scuffle and you start bleeding, you can quickly apply sort of like a makeshift bandage, which is very important. If you do come to a place with a lot of houses like this, be wary. There's a high chance you'll have enemy players. DayZ has up to 60 real life players running around the same map as you. So you need to be aware. That's a beanie, so that'll probably be a bit warmer than what we've got on. But we're going to keep our little boonie hat on. Nothing in that one. Oh, there's a bit of wire in the corner. There's a hatchet, probably stronger than the kitchen knife, so we're going to shortcut the hatchet so we can whip it out nice and quickly. There we go. Switch between weapons efficiently and quickly. There's a reason I've left the door open. It's because when I leave, I'll realise that I've already checked out this house. A zombie has seen us through the window, so here we go. We're going to defend ourselves now. Stay inside if you like. Keep yourself from being flanked. Nice and easy with a hatchet. Zombies carry things, so bear that in mind. You can pick up items on certain zombies. So we'll shut that door to stop any more zombies coming. More spaghetti. You can open spaghetti with bladed weapons like knives, etc. But bear in mind you will lose some of the food because it's not a proper tin opener. You will find a can opener. More zombies nearby. You will come across can openers which are better. There we go. That's a splitting axe. That will be even better than the hatchet. So we'll swap that over. Bit more beef now behind our melee. Here we go. So that will stand us in good stead. Still haven't found a clip for the handgun. Zombie just up ahead. Shut the door behind you if you're worried about being followed in. Nothing in the backpack. Okay, you can sneak past them. If you stay crouched, most of the time they won't be bothered by you. If you run, you make a much more noise and they will pursue you. Bear in mind, zombies have unlimited stamina where you do not. My stamina bar is bottom left. You'll see the white bar, that is your stamina bar. Zombies will pursue you and keep chasing you and chasing you. Always check if the things you pick up are better than what you're wearing. Some items carry more inventory space, so bear that in mind. It's always worth picking up and having a look at certain items. Bedside cabinets quite often have things on top of them, so they're worth checking. Again, be a bit wary in case there's enemy players nearby. If you've got headphones on, you should hear them running around. Looks like someone's already been in here. The backpack. Always check in case there's anything in the backpack. Nope, nothing in that one. Hiking backpack with 42 spaces in the inventory, so we're just having a look if it's better than what we got. It's not, so I'm going to hide it in the corner. You can always hide things from other players, you don't have to leave them in the open. At the end of the day, you're trying to stay alive against real players, so there's some rounds for the handgun. Like I said, we can put one bullet in the chamber, but you need to find a magazine to start loading the bullets into the magazine. If you get 2 magazines, then you can switch between the 2. Keep an eye open for open gates. Look by there ahead. Cars are always worth checking. Some cars you can open at the boot and the actual car, and there's more often than not things inside the car. No, not much in this house. Glow sticks, if you're carrying a backpack, you can attach glow sticks now to your backpack, and when it goes, you have a day cycle and a night cycle on DayZ, so bear that in mind. And when it's a night cycle, if you don't have torches, etc., you will not be able to see anything. You can use road flares, which will light up your immediate surroundings, but bear in mind you are visible to enemy players and zombies. There is a magazine now for the pistol that I was telling you about. So I'm going to now show you how to get that. You need to put the magazine in your hand. We're just checking that we've got the right bullets for the gun. So put the magazine in your hand. You're going to have to move the axe out of your hands. So you can put the magazine in. There's only 2 bullets in this magazine. Sorry, 3 bullets, so that is no good. So what we're going to have to do now is add more bullets to the magazine. We've got a few spares. As you can see, we've picked up 9 times 19mm bullets. Just going to have a quick drink, because keep an eye on your food and your drink bars down the bottom right. If it goes yellow, you're going to want to look and having a drink. So we're going to put some more bullets in the clip later. What we got there, hiking pants. Not better than what we have, I don't think. Our jeans are in pristine condition. So keep an eye on the condition of your clothes. As you get attacked by zombies, you will get damaged clothes. Hiking pants. Quite heavy, I think, so we'll leave them alone. You notice how much quieter I am when your crate's walking, crate's running. You're a lot quieter. So if there are enemy players nearby, it'll make your job a little bit easier to avoid confrontation. You don't really want to be having a confrontation until you're fully stocked up and you're confident of being able to at least survive a firefight with guns and weapons. So we picked up a damaged CR75 gun, but we might keep that for later. This peacoat has 30 inventory, so it is better than our hoodie, even though it's in a worse condition. Be able to carry more items, so bear that in mind. So we're going to take our other hoodie off, put it on the floor, put the other coat on. It's looking a bit tatty, as you can see, so we can always use duct tape on it to make it into a worn state. So yeah, you really need to keep an eye on the condition of your items. As I mentioned, they will get damaged. So we decide not to bother with that. We'll find a better coat than that a little bit later. So we've put the baseball cap on, looks a bit cooler than the boonie hat. Ideally you want to be looking at something later on with a better bit of protection to your head. You won't get much protection off a baseball cap, it'll just shield you from the sun and the rain a little bit. You do get rain on DayZ, and you get wet quite quickly. That coat looks like it may be a little bit better. That one is worn, so that one's not too damaged. Great stuff. It'll allow us to carry more, like I said. So we're going to drop the hoodie, and then we're going to put everything across. Don't forget to pick up the stuff in the items that you drop. So now we'll be able to carry a little bit more. A few more rags for later. Just going to drop the one with the least amount of rags in. There we go. Helps you in the cold weather, the beanie. So we'll drop the cap, put the beanie on. There we go. A little bit more protection from the elements. Now the hockey helmet will definitely give you more protection, especially from melee attacks. So it'd be a good idea to put that on instead of the baseball cap. You can also find sunglasses, etc. as well. There's a can opener, so we'll be able to open our tins of food up without losing any of the amount of food, which is great. I'm not sure the exact percentage you lose when you use a knife or an axe or whatever, but it's certainly better with a can opener. Keep an eye on your footwear, because since the latest patch, your footwear, when you keep running and walking around, it will degrade. Never used to, but it does now. So change your shoes every now and again, as they will get damaged otherwise. Having a little scout which way we're going to go. Okay, we've already been here. We know that's the same car we looked at earlier. Can't quite get over there, not quite. Capri pants. Is that better than our jeans? Let's have a little look. Ill suited to cold weather, so we're not going to bother with those. Your temperature bar is the middle one of the bottom 5 on the bottom right. That is your temperature. As you can see, my car is a little bit cold because his temperature gauge is going down. But if you run around, jog around, you can soon get your temperature back up, as I'm doing now. There's another peacoat there that's damaged. Plenty of food, plenty of supplies. So we're going to open our spaghetti. Use the tin opener. You also get a little bit of fluids from it. As you can see, your water gauge is going up. So that's got us. We got up arrows now on our food and drink, which is good. So yeah, the early part of your spawn, try and avoid confrontation would be my advice to you. Don't particularly want to be getting into fights if you don't have to. Wait till you get better gear, better loot. There's plenty of loot on this game. If you can find the army barracks and the army bases, you can get some pretty sweet gear. Also, you want to be looking out for a compass, because there's an app you can download on your phone where you can follow the compass. There's another mag for our handgun, so we can now switch over. Instead of reloading, instead of putting them back in one at a time, so we're going to now chuck some more bullets in. I was going to do it earlier, I didn't get around to it. So we're going to take the clip out. You need to put the clip in your hand then. This is a bit fiddly, but then put the clip in your hands, then combine the bullets with the mag. There we go. So that is now loaded. Don't forget to put it back into your gun. Otherwise, you won't be ready. So there we have it. We have a few bullets now if need be. It's only a handgun, but if we get ourselves in a tight spot, whip the gun out. Be careful outdoors though, don't go firing your guns outdoors with zombies around you, unless you fancy having 5 or 6 zombies all running at you at the same time. When you are facing zombies, I would recommend going the melee route. Only use your weapons if you are in a dire situation, because like I say, you will be vastly outnumbered, and 4, 5, 6 zombies will take you down quite quickly. So, I've given you a brief introduction to the beginning of DayZ, what you want to be doing at the start. So we'll have a quick recap. Your first protocol, get a melee weapon. Food and drink straight away, because you can struggle on the early starts, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere without any food or water. So look at that. And then look at getting guns, backpacks, better clothes, etc. But set yourself up so you don't have to worry about food and drink first. And just go exploring, guys. If you need any more in-depth videos, drop it in the comments and I can go through anything that you need to know about further parts of the game. For a newbie, it can be quite a confusing game. And some things are not straightforward. So yeah, any questions, drop them in the comments, guys, and I'll be happy to help. I'll catch you soon. This is iChaotic bidding you farewell for now.